he's ducking you?
Talking about ducking since before the first fight.
Okay.
There's two things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys, or Floyd Mayweather is trying to scam Netflix. That is the only two things that can be possible here.
Clearly, he doesn't value anything that he signs. He loves to tell people don't do bad business, but this is like as high as it gets on the ladder of doing bad.
Manny Pacquiao responded to news of Floyd Mayweather's reported $100 million Netflix penalty with laughter, telling Floyd to stop acting cowardly and face his situation with the dignity of a man, take ownership of what he agreed to, and stop pointing fingers at everyone around him.
And
Don't be.
Yeah, don't be a chicken, don't be a coward, don't be a chicken, don't be a coward, be a man, stop sitting down and throwing your problems on everybody else and blaming another individual or people for everything gone wrong in your life.
Jazz Mather stated that Floyd Mayweather fully understood what he was signing, knowing it involved a professional fight, so denying the agreement now makes little sense because every term was already clear beforehand.
So it's not, it's not like he didn't know what he was signing. He definitely knew what he was signing. He definitely knew what he was getting himself into. But what can I say? I mean, at some point things just get real, and it got real. So that's where we're at today.
Well, consequences are real as
yes,
well. So
absolutely.
what is the ramifications of him taking that money and then not honoring the contract?
I mean, each party have their own damages, right? The production company that we're working with, Everwonder, will help put this together and have a great relationship with Netflix. They're one of the premier live sports partners for Netflix. They have their own claims and damages. We, Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao Promotions have our own claims and damages, right? We're sitting in a lingo right now, not knowing if this man is going to step in the ring or he's not going to step in the ring. Clearly, he doesn't value anything that he signs. He loves to tell people don't do bad business, but this is like as high as it gets on the...
Jazz Math made the point that Floyd went into the agreement with full awareness of what he was committing to, understanding clearly that it involved a professional fight. Trying to walk back from that position now makes very little sense given that every condition was laid out and understood well before anything was signed.
I want this fight because the last time that we had, I'm not 100% conditioned because ready for the fight because I have injury, shoulder injury. So that's why right after the fight, I go straight to the hospital and get operated.
Do you feel like he's ducking?
Reports are indicating that Floyd Mayweather is navigating serious legal and financial turbulence, with potential penalties connected to the Netflix and Pacquiao rematch dispute possibly climbing past $100 million. On top of that, his boxing gym is said to be facing potential closure over unpaid obligations while the IRS is reportedly investigating him over a $7 million debt and considering placing a lien on his assets.
Is now under investigation with the IRS. He apparently owes the IRS $7 million and they're looking to put a lien on his stuff. He's having issues with money, and Floyd Mayweather took the advance money from Netflix to face off against Manny Pacquiao in a rematch September 19th, and it's official on BoxRec. And so Floyd Mayweather's going through financial issues, big financial issues, right? And he's trying to recoup money any way possible. But he signed and took the advance from Netflix to fight Manny Pacquiao in the rematch in September in a real fight, only to turn around and say, it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition. That's after he already received the advance money.
Further reports have surfaced confirming an IRS lien of $7.3 million alongside continuing concerns around contract violations, all of which are compounding the financial strain that has been building around him in recent months.
At the Spear on Netflix. So he's reneging. And Manny Pacquiao is not happy, Netflix is not happy, so on and so forth, right? With that said, it said that Floyd Mayweather's boxing gym, the famous Mayweather boxing gym, has been receiving issues because unpaid money, right? And so it's on the verge of being shut down, allegedly. I was just there. And now it's widespread reports that Manny Pacquiao got wind of it.
Manny Pacquiao said he genuinely feels sorry for Floyd, suggesting that he has allowed himself to become completely consumed by material possessions and the public performance of wealth rather than conducting himself with humility, respect, and a basic sense of personal accountability.
Like fighting Mayweather then? Did he get on your nerves? Because I feel like he's a little bit more boastful than the people you might be wanting to hang out with.
It's kind of, yeah, he's boastful. I think his god is the material things, money, everything like that.
Yeah.
And
Do you guys ever talk outside the ring?
I'm pity with him. Because I want to share the word of God in him if he believe God.
Yeah. I've heard he's a generous man. I think he's done good things. I think
The volume of lawsuits and debt claims surrounding Floyd Mayweather continues to grow, with the latest coming from a high-end Miami jewelry retailer claiming he owes $1.375 million for luxury watches and chains. Court filings allege that Mayweather acquired 27 watches and 15 chains totaling $1.675 million last August, paid only $300,000, and had 5 checks returned unpaid. This follows a New York claim alleging $330,000 in unpaid rent on a Manhattan penthouse and a separate federal case in South Florida involving a reported $4 million jewelry dispute.
Time from a high-end Miami jeweler claiming he owes $1.375 million for luxury watches and chains. According to court filings, Mayweather allegedly purchased 27 watches and 15 chains totaling $1.675 million from AJ's Jewelry last August, but paid just $300,000. 5 checks reportedly bounced. The lawsuit follows other recent legal issues, including a New York claim alleging he owes $330,000 in unpaid rent on a Manhattan penthouse, along with a separate federal case in South Florida involving a reported $4 million jewelry dispute. The 50-0 former champion is scheduled to return to the ring in September for a rematch against Manny Pacquiao.
Wade Plemon examined the controversy surrounding Floyd's reported contract breach with Netflix over the Pacquiao rematch and said the situation points to one of only 2 explanations. Either the negotiation process broke down due to serious failures in paperwork and communication, or Floyd is deliberately attempting to manipulate the arrangement for financial benefit. The most alarming detail in the reports, according to Wade, is the claim that Mayweather had already collected a cash advance from his purse before the fight was properly finalized.
Even got to the fight. I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partially. But still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still make a bag. Floyd has done this for years. He has done this for years, especially after his pro career. When he was doing these exhibitions, he would not show up to things he was obligated to do, take advances. Even the Deji fight, you can ask Deji, I was there. Floyd demanded that they pay him some insane amount.
Wade went further, suggesting this situation fits a pattern he believes has shown up before. He pointed to previous exhibition events including the Deji bout and the Logan Paul fight where similar accusations of payment disputes and last-minute promotional complications emerged. The legal dimension makes the current situation considerably more serious. Multiple major outlets have reported that Mayweather signed 3 separate agreements for a professional fight with Pacquiao and received payment against those agreements. If accurate, Wade argues that places Mayweather firmly in breach of contract territory, making legal action from Netflix and the Pacquiao camp a very realistic outcome and potentially the most damaging legal situation of his post-boxing life.
Actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions, and obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially scamming royalty like Prince whoever in Dubai and stole his money. This is insane. Now he's trying to do it to Netflix. Oh yeah, he's 100% about to get sued because Team Pacquiao says Floyd Mayweather signed 3 contractual agreements for a professional fight against Pacquiao. 3 separate agreements. They also claim Floyd Mayweather has been paid for signing these 3 agreements and has also taken out a cash advance payment on his purse for the fight. They also say Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of contract for publicly stating this fight is an exhibition. And if this is all true, which again, this is Team Pacquiao saying this, but again, I think Mike Coppinger also reported.
Floyd Mayweather's public identity has always rested on the pillars of wealth, status, and the constant visible demonstration of both. High-value watches, custom jewelry, designer clothing, and a persona built entirely around money have defined how the world sees him. The latest dispute with AJ's jewelry now places that image directly in conflict with a very different legal reality. The complaint describes an arrangement built on trust and reputation, with the jeweler allegedly allowing Mayweather to take possession of high-value pieces with payment to follow. Court records claim only around $300,000 was received against a balance of approximately $1.375 million, that multiple checks were returned unpaid, and that private attempts to resolve the matter before filing went nowhere.
You'll get me later. And in the past, maybe they had this arrangement and it works. But in this new lawsuit and complaint, he's saying that for whatever reason, allegedly, Floyd defaulted on that and then sent partial payments, but not the agreed upon amount. And then he's claiming that Floyd Mayweather had checks that he sent to pay back this debt owed, and they bounced. According to court records, AJ's jewelry says it only received about $300,000 in payments, which leaves roughly $1.375 million owed. And that repeated attempts to reach Floyd to resolve this debt have been unsuccessful. So this suit also lists and details how transactions were handled, and allegedly there was
The situation illustrates the risk that comes with sustaining a lifestyle where appearance demands constant and expensive reinforcement. Jewelry carrying a price tag above $1 million projects an image of limitless wealth, but it can just as easily become a legal liability when agreed payments do not arrive. For someone whose entire brand was built on being called Money Mayweather, allegations of unpaid jewelry debts and bounced checks raise an uncomfortable question about whether the image of inexhaustible riches has finally begun to separate from the reality sitting behind it.
Based on this current outstanding balance. As far as Mayweather's representatives, they have not issued a public statement on this matter or responding to the lawsuit at hand. This latest filing adds to a series of legal and also contractual disputes involving the 8 division, well actually he's a 6 division world champion since his retirement. And this is kind of underscoring how these celebrity transactions can lead to former litigation and go left when they are contested. So that is where we are regarding Floyd Mayweather. Troubled times for the now semi-retired boxer Floyd Mayweather. So $1.4 million.
Aries Spears delivered sharp criticism of reckless financial behavior by pointing directly to Mike Tyson's well-documented money troubles as a cautionary example of where unchecked spending leads. His message was straightforward. Even the most dominant and highest-earning athletes are not protected from financial collapse when poor decisions and an absence of long-term planning take hold. Extraordinary income can vanish with surprising speed when lifestyle spending runs without discipline, and Spears used Tyson's story to make clear that fame and fortune provide no permanent shield against the consequences of mismanagement.
Was one of like the OG jewelers. Like these are the, one of the jewelers that supplies like all the other jewelers, right? And he told me that Mayweather is broke.
I keep hearing this.
Yeah. I don't know if it's true.
I don't think so.
But he said that based on his spending and so forth, this is why these fights are happening now. That he needs to make some money back. That the spending has outpaced the money that, the money he
he's
had.
been retired.
Right.
And he's still, flying to Monaco with a bad bitch, buying up half the store.
Right. always flying private.
Yeah.
Does he have his own plane?
Yeah, he does.
He does, right. So that's massively expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you own it, the upkeep is huge. Right. Plus all the properties, all the property tax. Yeah, I mean, if you're not properly invested, I mean, because there was like, he was saying that he bought this building in the Diamond District, but people are saying that's, you know, the same jeweler said that's actually not true.
Right.
So there's been a lot of stuff like that. Listen, I hope not, man, but I remember I interviewed Tyson. He lost like...
Business strategist Grant Cardone took direct aim at Floyd Mayweather's financial approach, arguing that a combination of poor investment choices and habitual overspending could permanently block any path toward genuine long-term wealth. He also challenged the commonly assumed value of Mayweather's social media audience, questioning whether having over 22 million followers actually produces any meaningful income or business results, and concluding that follower counts are essentially meaningless without a system in place to convert that attention into assets or cash flow.
Floyd Mayweather's got 22 million people following him, but is it any good? Like I don't know what it does with him. Like, does it do business with him? Does it transact with him? I know guys with big followings. But there's nothing happens as a result of the following.
So you on the is Floyd rich or is Floyd broke? Which side?
I don't know. I think Floyd ends up broke.
Ends up broke.
If he doesn't, it's not a Floyd thing. It's not a Floyd thing. It's an asset thing. If you don't end up in assets, you end up broke.
Yeah.
So because you can't keep fighting forever.
So if Floyd was watching right now, what would you say to him?
You know, Floyd, you need to spend as much time working on your investments as you do in Neiman Marcus or the Gucci store, the Fendi store. Like,
he could just invest with you, though, right?
He could invest to Cardone Capital. You know, I mean, I would ensure that he's a billionaire.
Wow.
Like you cannot become a billionaire without. Floyd would do. Floyd would take whatever money he's got, and we would basically. My recommendation to Floyd is, Floyd, do not be liquid. You do not want liquidity. Never show a king bed of cash again. Okay, it makes you look stupid. Okay, what would be smart is if you show somebody 38 acres of real estate that produces cash every month, and say, look, I own that, and I own this one over here, and I own that one. I met him just 2 or 3 weeks ago. He's like, you know, I got some penthouses. I said, no, you got this much of a penthouse. I own the whole place. That's the difference. Call me when you're